So today I have Liz, my friend, who
Hello.
immediately opened up as soon as I spoke about thyroid. Pretty much,
Mm,
on that
mm,
first post that I spoke about thyroid, because it took me so long to get here. I didn't know what to talk about, or if I just should get over it and like move on with life. So when I finally decided
mm.
to post that I had thyroid issues, and on top of that I'm pregnant, double whammy on a coronavirus year, Liz opened
Yeah.
up immediately, and you have been nothing if not helpful with all these things that I didn't even know existed. Because for me, I went straight to the doctor,
Of
and
course.
then yeah, pretty much listen to what they say. But I mean, there are so many other avenues as well, and there are so many things that happen to so many people. Thyroid is so vast, would you say?
Yeah.
Wide spectrum of
Of course.
thyroid is, because it's hard
Of
to put your
course.
finger on it, isn't it? What
Mm.
happened to you, Liz? Give us a summary.
So I was like you as well. I was diagnosed with hyperthyroid when I was pregnant. I didn't notice anything, actually, nothing, that was out of the ordinary for me. And if it was something out of the ordinary, I took it as it's just me lah, I'm like this, I'm always anxious, I'm always nervous. My
Yeah.
heart is always palpitating because I'm always nervous. So I took it like, okay, this is just me, who I am. And then one day I went for a casting and they were measuring my neck. And the lady told me, hey, have you noticed there's a lump uh, right at the base of your neck here? I think you
Right.
should check it out. I'm
Right.
like, really? I didn't notice anything. So I went to the mirror, I went home and I'm like, oh, there's actually a lump. It was kind of tiny. It was just a tiny lump at first. And
Mm-hmm.
I left it. So when I went to the hospital to check up on my pregnancy, I went to the endocrinologist as well. So I
Right.
actually went to the doctor. I mean, it's a normal thing, like it's only natural to go to the doctor straight away. So I went, and then I had my biopsy done, and I was diagnosed with hyperthyroid, and it was a goiter at first.
Right.
But turns out 5 years later, it's actually not a goiter,
Oh.
because goiter is an enlarged thyroid gland.
Right.
Mine was not. Mine was a thyroid adenoma. It was a
What?
nodule.
Okay. What's the difference
Yeah.
between goiter and nodule then?
So what I'm not an expert, but what I know is that the goiter is actually an enlarged gland, a thyroid gland, enlarged thyroid gland. For a nodule, adenoma is actually a bunch of thyroid tissue growing outside of your thyroid gland.
Okay, that makes sense.
So
So in
yeah.
between in that 5 year range, like what did you do? When did you have the surgery? Because I
Oh,
surgery.
okay. So when I was diagnosed with goiter, the doctor told me, okay, after you finish breastfeeding, it will naturally go away by itself. I thought, oh,
Right.
okay, cool. So I was like, okay, I can wait like a year and a half for it to go away. So okay, cool. After that, after breastfeeding and everything, I gave it 6 months,
Hmm.
but it didn't go away. It actually became larger.
So besides the size of it, did you feel different?
I felt anxious all the time. I was nervous. I was sweating a lot, and I don't know
Okay.
why. I had heart palpitations, like because of
But
the hyperthyroid. It's like
right.
it's like a very small trigger. Like for example, maybe I spilled something on the table, and then you start to palpitate. You start to get
Oh.
nervous. You just
I,
can't control it. There's no way of controlling how you feel.
hmm.
With the thyroid, with the hyperthyroid, with the hormones going all over the place.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I just decided to just wait it out, and
Yeah.
it wasn't the best decision lah. But during the waiting time, because the doctor also told me that the best treatment for you right now is to do the radioactive iodine, which I
Based on
was, hmm?
based on the best thing for you is radio iodine because
Because it's the quickest
ah.
treatment.
Hmm.
And it's also because it's mild thyroid, hyperthyroid,
Hmm.
it's mild. So he thought that, okay, this is the best treatment for you right now is the radioactive iodine. And I told him, let me think about it, let me do my research, let me go home and like read it up. And I did, and I didn't like what I read. because I had to be away from Ellie. One thing, because it's radioactive, you cannot be near anybody at all, especially a baby, for about maybe a week or two. And it also has a high risk of killing off your other thyroid.
Right.
The other parts of your neck. So I'm like, okay, this is not the best option for me. I'm just going to seek something else, something more non-invasive. So I started like researching on different types of complementary treatment, like Ayurvedic, TCM, a lot of other unconventional stuff that was not going to kill my body or my neck.
Okay.
So I did a lot. I did a lot. I went to TCM. I did acupuncture. That was a nightmare, a total nightmare. I had like needles stuck in my neck for 45 minutes, and I have to like lie down with the needles right in my neck, and I had needles all around me, at the back, on my leg, on my hand, everywhere, and I have to lie there for 45 minutes.
Does it hurt, or it's just weird?
Initially, it hurts when they prick, when they put the needle in, and then it's just staying in that position for 45 minutes, knowing that you have a bunch of needles right there. It's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it was just a nightmare, torture. It was like a torture chamber. If you move, the needle might go up a little bit more. It might be painful. And your saliva is dropping, flowing out at the same time, because you're so afraid of swallowing, because it aches when you swallow.
I see.
Yeah. Okay. So it was just torture.
Are you lying down?
I'm lying down like this.
Oh, but your head is like this, dangling.
My head is the massage.
Oh, it's a massage
thing.
Okay,
So your head is there, but your neck is not at the hole. Your neck is right at where the bed is.
I get it.
So I did that, and I did cupping. I took Chinese medication, Chinese herbs. Then I went for bioresonance. This is something very unconventional that I found out that a place in Kelana Jaya was doing. So I took the liberty to contact them and ask them, what is bioresonance all about? Because I read that bioresonance is huge in the States, and it has helped a lot of people deal with a lot of diseases and stuff. So I said, okay, I'm pretty interested in checking this out. And it's not expensive. It's not like, stem cell therapy. Oh my God. I wanted to do stem cell, but very expensive. Cannot.
But you would have if you're really rich.
Oh yeah. I mean, if I had the cash to spare, why not? But no, man, it's too expensive.
I can sell everything. But what is bioresonance? So what exactly?
Well, what I know, I'm not an expert on it. It's a machine from Germany. It has all these liquidized energy in bottles, and basically, I don't know how to explain it, but you can actually Google it. What bioresonance therapy is all about. So basically, what happens is you sit down, and then you hold on to a piece of a ball that resonates energy into your body, and it helps to balance out whatever negative ion that is in your body. It reads each of your organs, and then once the energy kind of blocks at one, for example, your liver. It kind of know that the liver is the problem right here, so let's try to balance that negative ion that's around here.
And is it a one-time therapy? Many times?
Depends on the severity of your disease or the severity of your problem. I think I went for about 10 times. About 10 times.
So Chinese times. TCM is
Samoa got a lot. I even have a list here. I went for blood chelation.
Okay.
And then I went for oxygen. So basically it cleans your blood. So basically taking away toxins from your body, mercury, nickel, anything that is of high toxicity levels. You can get your blood checked for toxins in your blood, like mercury and all that. Mercury is the number one killer, apparently.
Okay.
That's what I know.
But what does that have to do with thyroid?
I don't know, just kind of like going to the source of things. Like I just wanted to go to the source. Why is my thyroid working this way? What is causing the problem in my body for my thyroid to be working this way? Because everything is a domino effect.
Okay. Yeah, I understand.
In your body, you know.
Okay.
So just checking things out, like what's going on, like just trying it out and see where how it does for my body lah. And then I did oxygen therapy as well. Red a lot lah. Red light is something that I'm still doing for my thyroid to keep it balanced. So red light has helped me with my surgery. After my thyroid surgery, it took out partial one part of my thyroid out. So the red light actually helps to keep my other thyroid functioning at optimum level. So basically, I'm not on medication at all after the surgery, which you're apparently supposed to have medication because your thyroid, your T4, T3 will be on the low side, on the low side, and your THS will be on the high side. So right now everything is balanced out, and it's just working on one thyroid. And the red light actually helps, like 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. But I go on to 20 minutes nowadays when I can.
It's a light that you hold to it?
So this is the light.
Okay.
It's from Juve. So that's the infrared and the red light. So you do it on both modes. And just shine on it lah. Just put it on the table and I'll just shine on my neck.
So there's no what do you call it? There's nothing bad about it. It's just shining a light on your thyroid. Wait, Ali's older than 5 years old. So when you're pregnant, it was more than 5 years ago. Yeah, when you found out that.
It's about 7 years now.
7 already?
7 and a half. Because I found out when I was about 6 months. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So it's almost 8 years ago. So you found out that, and then you tried all these things. What things do you think kind of worked, and then what didn't work, and how did you arrive at that decision to have the surgery?
I have no idea. Okay, so this lump was very temperamental. So every time I did acupuncture or cryotherapy on it, like I did local cryotherapy to freeze it, actually, it went down.
I see.
And then a few days later, after some stress, for example, it becomes bigger again. It was very temperamental.
So you were holding it off for as long as you can until Was it you who decided, or was it an endocrine who asked you to go for surgery?
So for me, I didn't find the right doctor for my surgery. That's why I held it off for so long, because I couldn't trust the other doctors that I saw. I just didn't have this connection with them until 5 years later, which was I did the surgery in 2018. No, 2019. I forgot.
It's okay. All the years are warping together, roughly.
But very recent lah, very recent.
Yeah.
I think 2019.
That scar is really minimal, I have to say. I don't see anything until you point to it.
Yeah, I think the red light also helped to
heal the scar. So the day you met someone that you trusted, that's when you thought, okay, surgery is an option now, right?
Actually, it was basically going through a divorce that led me to my search for the doctor. So I went online. Yeah, I went to okay, the best endocrinologist in Malaysia.
No, Google doesn't fail, right? If you just type in the keyword.
Google didn't fail. And I read about this beautiful Dr. Harjit Kaur from Prince Court. If she's listening, thank you so much. I mean, she's just an amazing doctor. The first time I met her, she was such a good listener. She listened to my problems. And then she said, okay, let's do a biopsy. Let's figure out what's wrong with you. And then she came back. She said, it's not a goiter lah. It's a nodule. It's a, what was I saying?
The external nodules that are growth next that is outside of the gland.
Yeah, the adenoma, the thyroid adenoma. That's like, oh, so it's actually growing outside of it's growing around it. It's growing around your thyroid.
Was there any danger in it, like, getting larger, or like, was there any other dangers?
It was getting larger by the year. Yeah. It was getting larger, and I had to wear turtlenecks just to cover it up, or like big chokers. I had a lot of anxiety trying to figure out what to wear every day, especially for work.
You see, I didn't notice because I've known you for years. Yeah. I didn't see it.
I had to hide it a lot. Yeah, even with filming, like acting work and all that, I have to tell them, look, I have this problem. I'm pretty sure it's not going to look good on camera. So yeah, a lot of jobs were kind of canceled because of what I have.
It does affect our work, when it comes to
our...
When I had the thyroid eye disease, oh my God, the face is actually changing. And then when COVID hit, me, for my eyes, you see, more bengkak here, a bit more bengkak. But the eye definitely, because of thyroid eye disease. But my point is this, other than affect our mood, the external factors affect everything, because our mood is already like this. And then now you're worried about how people look at you, and then your mood is somewhat like this. So the joke about, women being hormonal, hey, it's not a joke. Okay.
Yeah. No, man. But does it cause any vision blur with the?
That is the medical part of it. Of course, it can. Yeah. So thyroid, if it gets worse, that's why I'm seeing an endocrinologist and an eye ophthalmologist, an eye specialist, because an endocrinologist does not know what the eye specialist is doing. It's another field completely, apparently.
Oh, damn.
So if it gets worse, a lot of people actually have very invasive surgery. The eye ones are, oh my God, DM me if you want to know. It's crazy. But no, today we're talking about Liz. So the doctor finally asked you to do the surgery. Were you?
No, I asked her. I was like, I want to do the surgery. Yeah. I want it now. I want it by this week or next week. And you're doing it. Like she was the chosen one. I just believed in her that she could do it. She said like, okay, there's a risk of you losing your voice.
Yes.
Because if the tumor, if the nodule is very close to your voice box, then there might be a chance of me accidentally, cutting off the cord.
Yeah, so that's what we talked about with Dr. Saiful as well. That's one of the things about surgery. So even with that risk, were you like, oh yeah, let's do it? Or did you have to take another minute? Because you sound very impulsive.
I mean, I believed in her. I don't know why, but I just believed in this doctor that she could do it. She was the one.
She obviously did a good job because you sound exactly the same. I didn't know you had that.
But my voice was actually lower after that. I liked it.
Yeah.
Then I was like, hey, back to normal already, I say.
That was actually one of the jokes I had with Dr. Saiful as well. I said, as long as it goes down and not up, I'm fine. It goes up. In our industry, the better. No, but I take it back. I didn't say you're impulsive. If you waited 5 years, you're not impulsive. But you obviously had a lot of faith in this doctor to have the surgery done. So what changed after the surgery? Your mood's okay? Anything, up and down at all?
I was the happiest person waking up from surgery that day. Like just, everything just lifted off, like entirely from my chest. Everything, like it was just like a new beginning. Like it
must be. Yeah, it must be a relief after so many years of trying to figure it out. So after the
I got my neck back.
Exactly. And you don't have to be on thyroxine for the rest of your life because of the red light, which sounds really optimistic for the rest of us who are thinking about this. So after surgery, nothing else? You're not doing any other kind of treatment besides the red light?
No, I just have my blood work check every 6 months or a year with, of course, Keith. He's taking care of my health now. And I go in to, check my blood work up every now and then, just to make sure that my hormones are okay. My thyroid is doing fine. And if it's not, I'm okay to take thyroxine, my medication. If it happens.
You passed a really important phase already, the surgery's over and you're safe post-surgery. So I'm very happy for you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Beth.
So for someone who's interested, who's curious to know, Are you still seeing the endocrinologist on top of seeing a functional medicine practitioner?
No, I've stopped seeing Dr. Harjit actually.
Okay.
Because if anything goes wrong with my blood work, then yeah, I will be seeing her again. If right now it's all okay, all balanced out properly, and I'm feeling the healthiest right now, then no point seeing her lah.
And with Keith, how did you get to know him, and how did you get to starting to see a functional
Oh,
medicine?
I got to know Keith through Kit Ma.
Mm-hmm.
So Kit is also a functional, Kit Ma. He's also a functional medicine doctor now. I mean, functional medicine nutritionist now. He just got his certification last year, I think. So now you can actually go to him for functional meds therapy.
Okay, how did it start though? This whole relationship, and how
With
often do you
Keith?
see? Yeah.
It started like after Kit and I became friends, and he was telling me about health stuff that he's interested in. I was telling him about my thyroid problem,
Issues.
and after my surgery, I just went straight to Keith to talk to him about it, and I just believed in this guy as well, and he's been taking care of my health ever since then. No, after the surgery.
Fantastic. And after I've actually spoken to Keith prior to this, and
yes.
First time talking to a functional medicine practitioner, it seems as though his work is more, not just thyroid, it's overall to look for the root cause of whatever happens in your body. So overall, you're taking care of your body. So good for you. You forgot to answer that part though. How often do you see him? Just to give people a picture of how often do you have to see a functional practitioner?
How often? I guess depends on the severity of the problem as well. I used to see him like once a month or once every 2 weeks initially, and then after that you just he gives you your supplement, your daily vitamins that you need to take, and then that's it. I mean, you just don't have to see him anymore after a while, until maybe another problem comes in and you're like, hey Keitha, I feel Lisa. Then he's like, okay, just come in. And then he was like, okay, maybe we have to do another blood work to check out what's going on in your body. And then, okay, I'll do the blood work, then go see him again and see what's the problem. And then you're like, oh, okay. And then you just kind of target the problem.
I get it. Okay, so if a doctor gives you medication, a functional practitioner gives you supplements just to make sure your body works well, right? So to end this, after all you've gone through in the last almost 8 years, what would you say? Well, not say what worked and what didn't work, but you went through TPM, you went through all that. If someone is going through thyroid issues right now, would you advise them to do exactly what you did, or how would you advise them to tackle the situation?
Well, I think health is a very personal journey. I think just try to get as many opinions out there as much as possible, and then draw your own conclusions, see where your body takes you. Basically, see where it takes you lah. For me, functional medicine is a complementary treatment to whatever medication you're taking. It can work that way as well for you. That's why it's functional. That's why it's so great about it. Like you can go hand in hand with Western medication, with Western medication. So and if you
I'm learning so much about other things now, thanks to her. I haven't gargled my virgin, coconut
I haven't
oil.
gargled. You should try.
The
a clean teeth.
I know. This is amazing teeth. You look like Ali. The more she grows up, the more you look like each other. Ali, the daughter, you gotta look for her on Instagram. I'm so glad you're feeling well now. I don't even have to ask you how you feel, because I can see you're feeling better. You sound great. You're definitely not anxious anymore, right?
But what has the doctor been telling you? Like, what are the options that you need to think about treatment-wise?
For me, basically, Dr. Saiful keeps saying I'm so lucky because I got pregnant. Yay. So, because I'm also hyper, remember? I was very hyper. In fact, when I go to emergency, the first time I met him, I didn't know. Obviously, layman terms, TSH, T3, T4, no idea what it is. But when you read my chart, that my T4 was 59, which is ridiculous. Apparently, you're 11, the normal range. And so I was anxious without knowing about it, just like Liz, because, we're both very hyperactive people. So we probably just thought, I work out.
Yes, it's yeah.
Yeah, that's just me. I ate so much. I never get put on weight. And that's it. So he put me on med since then. And I was patient, always asking, when it's going to go away, when it's going to go away.
Yeah.
And once it was kind of balanced, I got pregnant. And then he said, woohoo! He said, woohoo! And I said, why woohoo? He said, oh, actually, that's a good news because, pregnancy is a natural calming thing for thyroid, especially hyperthyroidism. So he said, oh, you're lucky. And if all goes well after pregnancy, I will no longer be hyperactive. That's what he says lah. So now we just see, and he says, if anything happens, and the good thing is when you're breastfeeding, I can take thyroid medicine. Then we'll just have to go that route, and hopefully we don't have to do anything, and hopefully everything balance it out. Right now I'm balanced. So we're running out of time. I want to thank for contacts and sharing diet stuff and all these. Keith was actually her contact, and if there's anybody out there who thinks they might have thyroid issues, you have some message to them before we let you go?
Well, you wouldn't know your thyroid issues until you get your blood work done. So please, ladies, or guys out there, please go get your blood work done, get your hormones checked, because it's so important for us to have our hormones balanced as well. Extra estrogen will give you a lot of problems as well. So get those checked. Blood work.
All right. Happy lockdown.
Happy lockdown.